Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Imperial Diecast. And today I'll review a more modern Ferrari for you guys, compared to last week's Daytona, with this one being a 143 scale 458 Italia GT2. And the reason why I bought it is not only because it has this awesome yellow livery with the Union Jack on it, but I also feel it is an incredibly detailed model for the price, as this can be had right now in several online stores for under €15, along with several other Ferrari LM GTE cars, which is what makes them so highly collectible. Unfortunately, mine had some flaws, which is why I decided to send this one back, but I thought I'd review it before, so let's get started. I'll perhaps start off the review by mentioning that it comes in this hard plastic display case, as most 143 scale cars do. But on top of that, what I like is that part of the base is made to look like the curb on a racetrack. Speaking of racetrack, this car was driven at the 24 Hours of Le Mans 2011 in the LMGTE category for JMW Motorsport by Rob Bell and Tim Sugden, both from the UK, and by Xavier Maassen from the Netherlands. So taking a look at the front of the 143 scale Ferrari 458 GT2, you can see that the headlights are in this yellow tinted glass because it is a race car. So that is at least accurate to the real thing, and in general, I think that the entire livery is pretty accurate to the real car's race livery, with perhaps one exception. This texture here on the front is supposed to be carbon fiber, but they just made it gloss black. Other than that, though, they got everything else right. I mean, we've got a nice Union Jack here in the middle, and then down here we have the Ferrari logo, and it also has the sponsors. And at the very bottom, you can see that this is the JMW Motorsport, and we've got the number 66 on the left. The front windshield has the Dunlop branding on the sunstrip, and we've got a single windshield wiper, as well as an antenna on the roof, so you've got to be careful when handling this car, as it's very easy to break it. Moving on to the side, I think that the side of the 458 Italia GT2 in this livery looks the best, because you can see that we have the Union Jack here and it says "Feel the Road" on top of it. And we also get the number 66 branding once again, and a couple more sponsor decals, all of them rendered in really high print quality. So even though this is 143, it has the exact same detail level as a 118 car, and that's what makes it so highly collectible. And we have more sponsors on the side of the spoiler here. I think one of them is Shell. Can't tell what the other one is. And then back here we have a checkered racing flag, and below it more sponsors. We've got a Ferrari prancing horse Scuderia shield here above the front fenders, and if we also take a look at the windows, you can see that we have the Racing Lexan window on the driver's side at least. And above the door, we have the names and countries of the three drivers spelled out again. And now taking a look at the wheels, you can see that we have the Dunlop branding on the tire walls, and the rims also look pretty nice. I think we even have brake discs and calipers on this, which is really cool. There's also a nice little extra detail here for the gas cap. And taking a look at the back of the 143 scale Ferrari 458 GT2, you can see that the back also has plenty of details in the form of these taillights, which are separate pieces. And you also get the black rear grille with some texture on it. We've got the Ferrari logo in the center in silver, and underneath it we have some sort of silver, I don't know exactly what this is, but It looks nice, and underneath we of course have the URL, and we even have a dipstick to measure the oil levels, I think. A little arrow to the right of it. Of course, the most obvious thing about the back is the huge spoiler, and it has the Dunlop logo, supported by 2 struts. And here once again we have the Union Jack at the top of the car, and this is where you'll also get a good look at the engine, which is of course the Ferrari 458's 4.5 liter V8. And here's also where you will see the flaw on my model, which is that there is a drop of glue residue on the rear windshield, or like the engine bay cover, and I tried to get rid of it, but I just couldn't. I tried to wipe it with like a damp microfiber cloth. I even used some rubbing alcohol, but it didn't help. So that's the reason why I'm sending it back. Now moving on to the other side of the car. You can see that this side also looks pretty nice. And if we take a look at the interior, you can't really see much because it is a 143 race car, so these are particularly hard to sort of get right. But you can see that there's a steering wheel there, there's a little bit of a center console, everything is black unfortunately. It does have a roll cage, it's kind of hard to see, but it's there. And the seat, there's only one, of course, for the driver. We'll get to that in a second. Down here, you can see that we even have a fire extinguisher. Yeah, the driver's side is just not visible through the lexan window. But I'll try and find a good shot for the seat. I guess now you can see it a little bit. There's even like a sabelt there, although it's really hard to focus. Maybe right there. It's got like the belts. Should be somewhat visible now. So yeah. So overall, if you can find a flawless version of this 143 Ferrari 458 GT2, I think you should definitely add it to your collection because the detail level is pretty insane for a car that only costs you maybe like $15 or something. And I would have kept it if it was flawless, but unfortunately I'd had to send it back. But I hope you enjoyed my review. Feel free to check out some of my other reviews, and I'll catch you in one of those. So take care. This is Imperial Diecast, signing out.